by far the fastest way for you to improve at any game you pick up, it doesn't matter if it's a fighting game or not, is to learn to play with a purpose. But that's very vague and unhelpful advice when you don't really understand what I'm saying. So today I want to give you a good example of what I'm talking about so you can use it in your own gameplay. All we're going to do in this game is poke and prod my opponent and try and figure out his defensive habits. That is my purpose. I want to get a read on his defensive habits and then respond accordingly. So let's take a look. We're going to be using that button a lot. That's Cammy's stand medium kick. It's a good poke. It warrants a response from the opponent. They feel like, okay, I've blocked that button and now I can do something. I'm free to act because it is my turn. And usually after they block it, they'll do something like walk back, walk forward, press a button, jump. And that's kind of what we're looking for. See here, I get in, do a little stand light kick. A little note about that stand light kick shimmy. You shouldn't really do that until you've established a prominent strike throw game, right? And of course, this is the first game and first round I've ever played this person. So of course the shimmy is not going to work, right? You have to establish a strike throw game before you try and do that. If you notice, when I press the stand medium kick here, he blocks it, and then he starts to act, because again, that button warrants a response. I press it, I whiff the button, but he still presses afterwards, so I take note of that. Even though I whiffed it, he still pressed after he saw it. There, I'm going to press it again, and he presses the button again, and I felt like I knew that. That's why I got crush countered, because I pressed my button, I knew he was going to swing, so I swung. He just happened to swing with a gigantic button that crushed mine. In actuality, what I should have did was press the medium kick, walk back a little bit, make it whiff, and then whiff punish it. That would be ideal. But instead, this happens, and I take a ton of damage. I want to press it again. He does a fireball. Throw. Probably going to walk forward and press it again, I think. Oh, no, activate. Notice, okay, this is really good for me. Not to stroke my own ego, toot my own horn. What I did here was I pressed the medium kick. I knew from previous interactions he likes to press after he blocks this button. And last time, what did he press? That big ass button that crush countered me. And to be honest, I couldn't think of what I should press afterwards in order to beat that big button. And like I said, what I should have did was let it whiff and then, you know, whiff punish. But I wasn't thinking about that in the moment. What I did think would beat him is if I went in the air and did a dive kick. And it works because the button is so slow and so big, he doesn't have time to recover and block me jumping up and doing a dive kick. And I take the round because of it. That's kind of how fast you have to make the adaptation in order for it to be effective, right? It's one thing for me to watch this replay and say, oh yeah, I should have did that. And another thing for me to actually make the adaptation in the game at the time and, you know, beat the person. Here, stand medium kick. Notice I don't know why I pressed it again, but he got hit both times. He pressed after the first one. This is pretty important to note too. This is not even the button I'm using to try and test what he's doing on defense. When in actuality, you should be testing with every button, right? Every time you press any blocks, you take a look at what he's doing. But I was really focusing on stand medium kick because that's the button everybody likes to press after. Here, I did 2 crouch medium punches, and he still pressed, and I get a little punish there. I could have got something bigger, but at least I got something. It's not even what I was looking for, but it's important to note that after he's blocking pretty much everything, he's pressing or he's walking backwards. And a quick pop quiz for you. If you press and somebody walks backwards every single time they block something, what do? You go low, right? So in this case, Cammy's block string for catching somebody who likes to walk back after blocking a button. Stand light kick, crouch light kick, stand light punch, spiral arrow if it all hits. Just a little thing to think about. I just noticed that now that he was walking back. If he wasn't pressing after blocking something, he was walking backwards a lot. There, I caught him. I caught him doing exactly that, right? In the moment, I don't know why he got hit. It's because he, like, stood up or something, I think. I don't know what he did, actually. Maybe I caught him standing up. Because that wasn't even a low, now that I'm looking at it. So, he just got hit. Here, I'm pressing stand medium kick again. And he's just going to kind of move around and then walk forward. He stopped. You notice at this point, he has stopped pressing afterwards because he knows that I'm looking for it, and I think he's been hit enough by it. But yeah, that's pretty much what I was looking for. That was my purpose, and I feel like I fulfilled it in this game at least. I know that was kind of a short video, but I hope it helps somebody. Thank you so much for watching, and if you enjoyed, please consider subscribing. I'll talk to you again soon.